that you were able to do it. How many years did it take you?
Roughly 3 years.
So you started this when you were about, what, 18 years old?
Yes, 18 years.
That's a bit out of the ordinary. What at 18 makes a young lady want to become a chartered accountant?
I was being motivated by a young guy who happened to, but he qualified not the youngest, but qualified a little bit older.
Okay.
Yeah, he happens to be a staff of WAEC. Yeah, he motivated me to do the ICA Ghana because of the way I used to learn. Okay. And I was a little bit scared because I didn't do accounting at SS. Well, I did visual general arts at SS. So I was a little bit scared because I was told that ICA is a very difficult course, professional program than other professional programs. So I wasn't all that sure of myself. So I decided to try. My first try, everything went on smoothly, and I was a little bit encouraged, and I continued from there.
I see. Interesting. You talk about writing some papers and then not getting it and crying. How many times did you experience that?
Twice.
2 times?
Yes, please.
Why didn't you quit?
I was really determined to be a chartered accountant, and I was really determined to be the youngest chartered accountant in the whole world, not even Ghana. Wow. Yes.
The whole world, not in Ghana. So the young man you said actually got your interest up in accounting.
Yes.
And you moved in there, even though you never studied accountancy. I mean, any of those in secondary school. Yeah. What did you study in secondary school?
General arts.
So what subjects did that include?
That's Christian religious studies, history, literature, and geography.
How well did you do?
Very well.
You did very well?
Yes.
What is very well?
Well, I did excellent my WASI exams. Yeah.
I see. Interesting. Let's go back a bit. So 21, what year were you born, that is?
23rd August 1991.
91?
Yes, please.
I see. Just a year before we went into constitutional rule. That's quite recent. What do you remember of your growing up days? What's your most living memory of it as a child?
Well, when I was a child, I stayed with my big auntie, who trained me a little well, and that's what I could remember. Even when I grow and I even get married, that's what I know I can still remember. That to continue to be in my memory till I die.
Where was this? Where did you grow up?
When I was at the age of 5 years, my big auntie, I normally call her Auntie Maggie. Yeah, she came to pick me from my mom's place, and I stayed with her. She trained me. By then, I was even serving the mass. Okay. So she trained me to serve the mass. She was a Roman Catholic.
All right.
Okay, so I was serving the mass at that time. So I used to serve the mass. She would train you in the godly way, how to be a good lady, how to be like hardworking, and those stuff.
And which part of Ghana is this?
Volta region, Hohoi.
In Hohoi?
Yes.
How long did you live in Hohoi for?
About 3 years. I stayed with her.
So what got you out of Hohoi?
Okay, after my primary school, that I have to go to the junior secondary high. Okay. That made me to move from her place to my mom's place.
Where?
Boom.
At Boom.
Yes, please.
So that is where was your father all this while?
When I was in GSS, my father was transferred from Boom to Kumasi. Yeah, by then he was working with this private company over there, Freightor company. Not the Freightor, but Freightor company. Okay. So they transferred him from Boom to Kumasi.
Right. So he wasn't here?
He wasn't here.
And you lived with your mother during JHS days at Boom? Not
3 years. I didn't live with my mom the full 3 years. It was Form 1 that I stayed with my mom, and Form 2 I have to stay with another person at STEMA. Form 3 I have to stay with another person at STEMA.
What accounted for all of that? Because at this stage, what I'm trying to do is to bring out, we started with what you have achieved, we'll deal with it again, but I'm just trying to show the path, the trajectory of what you've taken to be able to go there. So many know that it's not just a smooth thing that you've experienced. How come you stayed with your mother for just a year and had to roll from person to person just to keep life going?
Life was not easy. It wasn't that easy. no, the journey was very, very tough. When I was in Form 1, GSS 1, during those times, I used to walk, okay, from Pong to Tema, from T5, where the school was. And I normally wake up as early as 4:30. Yeah, and there's a short distance, a bush road.
Okay.
Normally a Valco, there's a short distance over there, so I normally use that path to Tema.
A complete bush path?
Yes, not that bush path, but they've created a path.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from Pone to Tema, that's some miles. I don't know if it will be up to 10 miles, but it's quite a few.
Yeah. So and
you walk every day?
Yes, in and out, in and out.
Why?
No, my mom is a teacher, so, and she used to complain about money. She's a people teacher. She used to complain about money, that she doesn't have money, that maybe those times they used to collect some little studies fee from the children and those stuff. So if maybe today they don't get anything, that means I'll be at the negative side. Yeah. So unless maybe...
So there wasn't enough money for transportation. So you had to use natural locomotion, so to speak, to get to school and back.
Yes, please.
I see. But then, why live with her for just a year?
When I got to Form 2, I decided not to take that risk anymore because it got to a time I was a little bit scared. Anytime I close from school and I'm going home alone, maybe around 5 o'clock, you still be walking to the house, anything could happen. So I got scared and I told her that I wouldn't take that risk again. So she then came up with an idea that she has a friend at Committee 5, but the wife is not around. The wife has traveled by then to the United States, but the man is a grown-up person. Okay, so
how old was this man?
61.
61.
Yeah.
Right.
So the friend's husband, she went there to ask permission from the man if maybe I could come and stay with him for some time before maybe my result comes out, and then maybe I'll move to her place. So Form 2, I have to move from my mom's place to the man's place.
At Tema Community 5.
Community 5.
Right. And you lived with the man for how long?
I lived with the man for about 1.5 years.
What was the experience like in that house?
It was very, very boring.
Why?
Because the man is a grown-up person, and he's the type who will not give, like how maybe he's maybe a daughter or something. He wouldn't do that. So what I normally do is that I used to come home alone to come and do my own cooking, do my washing. At the age of 12, that was at the age of 12. So I'll do my own washing, my own cooking, and even go and help other people so I could get a little bit money from them. I'll go and pound some fufu for them. You know, I was having this friend named Kala. Yeah, the mom is the auntie is a little bit rich, sort of. So I most of the time go there on Fridays after school, and then I will go there. Then I will help her in preparation of those meals and other stuff. So maybe if the auntie comes back from work, then like she'll be happy. Then she'll give some little tips of, like thank you, take this for school tomorrow. So
at that age, you were around 12.
Yeah.
And you were helping with household chores in other homes, just so you could get some gifts, so as it were, to survive. And your mother was in Pong, a bit far away from you. You didn't want to take the bush path because you were scared, as you said. What did you experience some challenges at that time? Were you tempted to quit school? Were you tempted to get into a trade? I know Tema Community 5 very well, as I've told you. There are a lot of hairdressing salons in pockets of places out there. There are a lot of people learning how to do all manner of artisanal work all over. Were you ever tempted to just cut it short and take that route? Yeah, I got to a point that I was like, I was down and there's nothing I could do. And my mom used to complain a lot that she's the one doing this, she's the one doing that, she's the one doing this, and the complaints were too much. So I nearly took that decision that maybe if that's the case, then I will stop and maybe go and work so that maybe I would support her one way or the other. But it got to a time that my auntie told me something, that education pays a lot, because after God first, the next is education. Then maybe if you know God, you have everything.
Then if you go to school to the highest level or to the where you want to go, you not like forget it.
Right.
You always achieve a lot of things. You be able to make it with education. So that memory, that thought was still in me. So I decided, no, I wouldn't quit. I'll still move forward, and no matter what the circumstances, I'll still pursue it.
Even at the age of 12. That's the kind of mindset that you had. Were you hearing from your father all this while?
Over a year, we didn't hear from him. It was after 1 year that my mom had to trace him to Kumasi. Then, luckily, she got him. Like, she found my dad, and afterwards, my dad has to be transferred back. So, boom.
To Pong. So he came back home.
Yes.
Was he helping with your financial requirements and needs?
It wasn't easy. Well, he also used to complain anyway that maybe the salary is not enough because it's a private company and they were not paying him well and other stuff. So, like, it wasn't easy. So everything has to boil down my mom and other stuff. Yeah.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, I have 3 siblings.
3?
Yes.
Older, younger?
Older and younger.
How many older?
1.
1 older?
Yeah.
And 2 younger?
Yes, please.
In all of this, what was their contribution or role? Or they, in themselves and by virtue of where they were, also had their own special problems?
Yes.
So they couldn't really help you much?
No. By that time, my sister was still in school.
And that's the older or younger one?
Yes, the older one.
That's your sister, all right.
Yeah, she was still in school, and my younger brothers were still at the primary school. Yeah, so there's nothing that they could do about it.
Absolutely nothing they could do. You said you lived with a 61-year-old man for 1.5 years.
Yes, please.
At what point did you leave his house? Had you finished JHS?
No, when I was in my almost final year, when I was getting to my final year, that I decided to leave.
By the way, which JHS was this?
St. Paul's Methodist GSS.
St. Paul's Methodist GSS. Okay.
Yes.
Not far from the community 6 traffic light.
Yeah.
Just down the road.
Right.
I told you I met my boy. I met him quite well. I see. So you left in your final year?
Yeah.
To where?
To Pung.
Back to Pung. What kind of... Does your mother still live there? In Pung?
Yes.
She still does?
Yes.
So what was the setting like when you left and went back there? Did you still have to now do the traveling by road?
This time around, she bought me a bicycle.
Your mother bought you a bicycle?
Yeah.
To ride?
Yeah, it was an old bicycle and she has to repair it.
Oh, I see.
So I was using a bicycle. It was a little bit okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's better than the walking. Yeah. So I was using a bicycle from Pung to Tema like that. So I completed it.
You were riding a bicycle from Pung to Tema. That's quite a distance for any man to do.
I'm a good rider. Tell you.
And you were 12.
Yes.
So I'm sure you are a good rider today.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. So you wrote that and wrote your JHS.
Yes.
And I'm sure you did very well.
Yes.
And so you moved on to Chemu Secondary School, where you did your SSS. Right. Did you stay with your mother at home throughout your SS education?
No, please.
What happened again?
SS level, I think Form 1. That was 2004, thereabouts. I was using a bicycle as usual. Yeah, from Pung to Community 4, Chemu Secondary School.
Okay.
Yeah. Initially, I had admission at Ola Girls.
Okay.
But due to my financial constraint, I couldn't go there.
Ola is in the Volta region?
Yes, because you have to pay boarding fee and the rest. So I had no option than to come to Chemu Secondary School. And the time I came to Chemu Secondary School, the admission process, like they've already finished the admission. So there's the headmaster over there happens to be an Ewe, Mr. Avoklia, George Avoklia.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was the one who decided to help me. That's why the fact that maybe the admission, they've closed the admission, he will still help me. So he went ahead to pick me and enrolled me in the school.
So he enrolled you?
That year, yes.
That year. And so you left Pung?
Yeah. No.
You're still at Pung?
I'm still at Pung.
No, at that time, for the first year?
For the first year.
So the second and third year, where were you living?
So the third year, that was when I moved in to stay with my headmaster.
Oh, I see.
Community 12.
At Community 12?
Yes.
The man who helped you, as you said?
Yeah.
He asked you to, he helped you to come and live with him in his house, so you will be closer, or that he will drive you to school in the morning.
No, I'll be closer to the school. So
closer.
Early, it may be when we wake up in the morning, then the wife will drive us to the school. They go back. The wife is also a teacher, and a headmaster.
All right.
So the wife will drive us back to the school and take us home.
I see. And then until you completed.
Yes.
But at what point were you living in? Because I'm told that you lived in certain places, compound houses to uncompleted buildings, and using lanterns to study. And at what stage in your life did all that happen?
Thank you. When I was in, I think at age 14. Yeah, that was when I I was in secondary school. At that stage, we happened to, before then, when I completed my GSS, we happened to be in a compound where we stay in a compound house. Yeah, and due to certain, at school.
So your house is a compound house?
A compound house.
Right.
Due to certain problems, we have to move from that compound house to our non-completed building. Yeah. And during the time we're staying
in the same home.
Yeah, in the same home, but this time around, in like a new estate, yeah, full of bushes. Yeah, we have to live there. When we're staying at home in a compound house, my cousins used to stay with us. Okay, they happened to stay with us, and they happened to help us in a lot of ways. Yeah, in sense of maybe household chores. Well, we were young by then. Yeah, so they happened to help us in household chores, things of selling and to get money and those stuffs. Because at that time, my mom was like a trader. She was trading and she was schooling. She was teaching as well. So she normally used to go to Togo.
Okay.
And she would bring goods, stuff, shoes, ladies' bag, and those stuff. So my cousins and I will go to town. We sell those things so that we can get enough money. Yeah.
So, how long did you stay in that compound house for?
Okay. Let me say, I was even born there.
You were born there?
Yeah.
In an uncompleted building?
Yeah, I moved.
Who did it belong to?
My mom.
Oh, it belonged to your mom?
Yeah.
So that's where she lives now?
Yeah. Initially, we moved into an uncompleted building belonging to somebody else.
I see.
Then later on, she decided to put up her own structure. Yeah. So after a year over there, we were staying in the uncompleted building belonging to somebody. Then she decided to put up her own structure somewhere, also in the bush.
I see.
So we have to move there from that place to her own uncompleted building.
Were there days when you cried?
Yes. A lot, most of the times.
Why?
I just can't imagine myself. I always ask myself why, the reason why I'm suffering. Yeah, I normally ask, and I always I want to know whether my real mom was my real mom, because those times when we were kids, she used to beat me a lot. She used to beat me, like kind of more treatments here and there and those stuff. So when my auntie decided to come and pick me, I didn't hesitate to move with my auntie. She used to beat me a lot. And there was this man, Mr. Isaac, who were staying in the same compound house with. Who most of the times, he just liked me the way I am. Most of the tenants in the house, they like me. So when it happens that way, then they have to fight with my mom, be insulting her, like, why are you beating your child and those stuff. So at that point in time, I was doubting whether she was really my mom.
Do you still doubt it?
No.
Not anymore?
Yes, please.
But do you still cry?
Not really.
Not really means yes, but not a lot. I see. Interesting. But really, do you still look on your past and all that you went through? And does it come back to you? Do you reflect on it? Or have you left it behind you? Are you moving on?
Thank you. I used to reflect on the past a lot because I must say I'm not coming from a rich home or family, but the little that I've gone through, I don't have to throw it away. I have to reflect on it so that it will help me to know where I should go, where I should move, what to do and what not to do. Yeah, in fact, the past has really helped me a lot because it's a sort of guidelines. It always guides me, moves me on one direction, where to go and where not to go. Yeah.
So it guides you.
Yes.
Did anybody try to take advantage of you because of your situation?
Thank you. Yes. No, but anybody taking advantage of me, it's when I started schooling at the tertiary level. Yeah, over there too, I have to face a lot of challenges, financial constraints, and other social problems and other stuff. When I was admitted at Institute of Professional Studies, IPS, level 100, you know, initially when I came, they were short of forms, so I couldn't purchase direct to buy the degree form. So I had no option than to buy the diploma forms. Yeah. So during those time, I bought the diploma forms. Accommodation was a problem. Okay, so I had no option than to rent a storeroom of an Ajia who used to sell wachi. So her storeroom, I have to rent that place for my own lodgement, and she rented it for me at 10 Ghana cedi. Yeah, that was 2000 a month. Yeah, I think that was 2009, 8, 9 thereabout. So I was in that storeroom for 2 years. Yeah, there was this gentleman that come in the house, but it was like a tenant compound house. So he happened to rent one of the rooms. So he was schooling at Legon by then. Like, he used to help me in terms of finances a little bit. It got to a point that he proposed to me, and because of my situation, I realized that he wanted to take advantage of my situation. So I rejected the proposal, and there was a kind of hatred between the guy and I. Yeah. So, but I have to let it go. I don't have it to be like somebody trying to take advantage of me because of my financial problems.
So he did not succeed?
No.
We'll take our first commercial break at this stage. It's a touching story, but it's a story of success as well. It's a story of accomplishment. It's a story of achievement. So I hope there are no tears in the eyes of anybody watching. It's a story of triumph, and we'd like to see you happy about it, because really, Jemima is an extraordinary person, and the messages that are coming in already suggest so. So keep sending them to me. We'll start reading them soon. Jemima Enyo Kugblenu is our guest tonight. She's the second youngest qualified accountant, chartered accountant, that is in Ghana, but definitely the youngest female to achieve that in Ghana. And of course, you have your messages coming in, but it's a story of triumph through trying moments, and that's what we're talking about. I'm happy we're celebrating such a person on our show. She's 21 years old. Apia Eric says, bro, I'm proud of her, and I wish she lives with me in Kumasi and will take her to swimming. Can you believe this? Girl, you are the best. So, Eric Apia, for you, all you have in mind is swimming. Anyway, Innocent Nanakwesi Eben, he's sending this message from Finland. He says, please tell Jemima to add me to her Facebook friends. I really want to know much from her. Not about her, but from her. You want her to teach you. Okay. And he actually gives me his mobile number. Says it's Innocent, and says I should give the number to you. So I will do so if Jemima would accept your number. Yebua Romi Obo. Wow, a better woman for a better Ghana, and a person that every youth needs to follow. And I'm proud of her. Her success has given me assurance that those of us who did not study accounting in SHS but are now pursuing it at the university can also do better. I'll be happy if I see her for some advice. Congratulations, Ohima. Okay, Yebua says that Ohima is one of your new names now, and he congratulates you. Alrighty, Gabi Donsola says another BAM, B-A-M in capitals, big bang, big sound, and says kudos to her. Alright, that's from Gabi. This one says, ask her whether she is working now and where. You probably have the potential employer asking because he doesn't have his name, or she doesn't have her name. Are you working now?
No, please.
Okay, so that's the answer. She's not working now. If you have a follow-up question to that, you can send it to us. We'll be happy to link her up with you. I'm sure you'll be happy to get a job to do.
Yeah.
But you have not completed your anyway, we'll talk about it. What's happening now. But are you ready to get into full-time employment?
Yes, please.
You're ready?
Yes.
Because Institute of Chartered Accountants, Ghana, ICAG, that's what you have completed in November.
Yes.
And then the Chartered Institute of Taxation, CIT, you're the final level 3.
Yes.
When do you hope to complete that?
Well, thank you. We just wrote the exam, that was February, so I'm praying hard for the result to be out. If it happens, the result is out and it goes on well, and that means I've also chartered the taxation.
Oh, fantastic. All the best to you. She's a chartered accountant. She's trying to charter the taxation as well. Foga Desdedi Nukunu says, Madam, as a Catholic and a former mass server, I advise her to join the convent. Wow. I don't know whether you want to do that. But that's his advice to you, and I'll leave that to you to decide. Fuano Myopia Fuano. Interesting name. He says she is pretty. Ask her if she is married. You are sure to have a question like that coming your way. Are you?
No, I'm not married.
You're not married. Okay. She says that she's not married. Slim King says, how I wished I witnessed a night like this, but thanks to ECG, I have no light. Bravo, Jemima. We paste what is going to happen on, we post what's going to happen or what we're going to discuss on this show on Facebook. So this is a response on Facebook. Okay. Someone who says that he does not have electricity. But I think we'll post it there and say that tomorrow after news file, that's Saturday after news file, you get to watch a repeat of this from 12 noon to 1 p.m. So I'm sure he can get it. This one says, Innocent Nana Kwesi Eben, congratulations, Jemima. May God's favor lead you to help your mother, Ghana. All right. Another one says, Emmanuel Black Kwesi. Wow, that's great to hear. Jemima is really blessed, and big ups to all your endeavors. She's really a mentor. Okay. Rita Echa Boating, congrats. I'm also aspiring to become a chartered accountant. You're inspiring people out there. Pedro Asare Frank, how old is she? We've said it a number of times. 21 years old is her age, Pedro. Boga Ali Hashim, congratulations, Jemima. All the best in life. And please put God, I don't get the rest, but I think he's saying you should put God first in all that you do. And that's from Boga. All right. I'm sure you do that.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see if we can take some more text messages at this stage. Anyway, I'm sure as soon as we are able to. All right, one comes through. Collins Owusu Tamate. I was at the graduation last week, and I must say Jemima is a gem. Congratulations. All right, Eugene Boy. I am happy for her. Dennis Capello. I'm happy for her, but she should remember someone like me, because I wanted to be like her, but couldn't. But I know I have something great waiting for me, and I'm going to grab it and celebrate with her someday. Congrats, Jemima. Wow. Yao Ajingo says, may God richly bless her and her family. Ata Kakra Kwache. Wow. Congrats to her and wish her the very best in life. Please tell her I'm following her steps and I'll surely meet her one day. I am proud of her. Francis Iwuku Enam. All right. That's from a different day, but I'm told that the messages keep coming in. In danger of having the show taken over, but I'm happy we are getting so many messages for you.
Thank you.
It didn't take you 2 years to complete the diploma program.
Yes.
How long did it take you to do it?
It took me 6 months.
Why that record time?
I was a little bit anxious.
That's 25% of the total time required.
Yes.
You were anxious.
Yeah.
So you were actually piling on.
Yes.
Taking more courses than you're supposed to take per semester. Wow, 6 months. And they allowed you to do that.
Yeah,
I'm happy to hear that, because in Ghana we can be truly rigid. We play by the book, you know.
Yeah, they allowed me to register with my seniors, those who are ahead of me.
Okay.
So I came, that was September, and I wrote the exams in December. So it was even less than 6 months when the results came, and it was awesome. So I have to now use the certificates, the results slip to apply for the professional program.
That's what you did, and now you are here. You are on it. We have some pictures of you. I'm sure you will walk us through the pictures as they roll on the screen. Where is this from?
That was when I was in GSS. This SS.
This SS.
Yes.
Okay, and that's
this GSS when I was in Form 2.
I see. All right, so let's keep the pictures rolling.
That's a graduation picture.
Okay, that's last week.
Yes, please.
Okay, all right. I see. You had a smile on your face, a smile of satisfaction.
Yeah.
That's the same graduation day.
Yeah.
Institute of Chartered Accountant. You are standing right there.
Yes,
for the avoidance of doubt. Okay. All right. Yeah, same graduation day. You look very happy on the day. Yeah. A feeling of accomplishment, right?
Yes, please.
All righty. So I'm sure the pictures will keep rolling. and then you can walk us through them. Okay, it's the same day. I think that the graduation pictures have taken over the day. And it's all excitement. Okay, a few of your colleagues out there who are also graduating. There you were receiving what you had worked for.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so that's Jemima. That is it. Let's freeze this. The Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana Certificate of Merit. This certificate is awarded to Jemima Enyo Kugblenu for excellent performance in Part 4 of the November 2001 CA examinations. Wow. So that's it. As we say in Ghana, book no tell lie. And this one, the Institute of Chartered Accountants Final Examination Certificate. This is certified that Jemima Enyo Kugblenu of Accra completed the final examinations of the something I can read in November of the Institute. Okay, November 2001. That's it. Wow, beautiful. Congratulations to you, really.
Thank you.
You have really done yourself and your entire society proud, as the messages suggest. But let's talk about the CA program again. I asked you earlier on. I'd like to know what you went through at age 18. Someone encouraged you, you got into it and all that. It must be an expensive course to pursue. How did you pay for it, given the picture of chill penury that you've painted to me, pocket dry? How did you manage to pay for that?
Thank you. No, around 2009, thereabouts, I registered as a student. That was 2008, November, and I started the exams. That was May 2009. Initially, I didn't know Accra very well. I didn't know where the institute was located. So I was in my casual wear with a chalawati.
Okay.
Yes. So, with the slippers, yeah. So
chalawati, you call them flip flops. Chalawati. Chalawati means chale.
I was directed. I was told to pick a cracker, and I shall alight at the Tama station, ask of ICA Ghana, and I'll be directed to the place.
Was it your first time in Accra?
Yes.
Your first time in Accra was when you were 18 years old.
Yes.
You had been living in Pu and Tema, but you had never been to Accra.
No place.
I see.
So I got down to my station and asked one shoemaker, where can I locate IC Ghana? Actually, he doesn't even know the place. So I have to move a little bit further and keep asking. So fortunately, one gentleman was moving to the post office, Accra Central Post Office. So he asked me to follow him to that direction. So I followed him to the place and he directed me to the building. And luckily for me, I got to the place. I was just at the entrance and I met this man, Mr. Patrick Mensah. Yeah, so he saw me, realized that I was very nervous. Like, I didn't know what I was looking for. And he asked me what I'm looking for. I said, what are you doing here? And I also replied him by saying that, well, I learned if you want to be an accountant, there's a school that you have to go before you be a chartered accountant. In fact, I'm really, really interested in attending that school. So that's why I'm here. So the man was not sure of what I was saying. So he said, you're a small girl, what are you coming to do here? And I said, no, I'm still interested. So he was going to eat by then. He was going for his lunch. So he asked me to wait. I waited for him. So he took me to his office. Then he now, in the form of lecturing, he lectured me how the program is like, how is people claim to be difficult and how you have to work hard. I mean, determination pays a lot and other stuff. So I went there. It took me about 5 hours. He used 5 hours, telling me how I'll go about with the program. So he encouraged me not to give up because I've done general arts and I've always faced a lot of challenges in terms of the program. So I shouldn't give up. I should be determined and work hard for it. So afterwards, he dashed me some books, a business management book that was written by Mr. Edward Yadom.
Okay.
Yeah. So he dashed me the book. He gave the book to me for free without not paying anything. And he gave one of the syllables, the ICAG syllables, to me for free for me to use it. So I picked those items. I went straight to the house and everything started from there. I prayed hard for God to guide me and help me and move me to it. So that was how I started the CA. So first papers I wrote 3 at a go. I had all the 3 papers, and the marks that I had was also very huge mark, like they were higher marks that I got. But you know, the institute have its own policies that you need to have to write 4 papers and pass at a go.
At a go.
At a go.
Right.
But initially, those times I was scared of the CA, so I didn't do economics at SS level. So I didn't do business law. I didn't do business management. I didn't do accounting. So the CA was more or less like my first attempt in writing accounting. So I wrote the first 3 papers and I had all. I came to the institute and he saw my results and he was happy. Then he started mentioning my name, my daughter, my daughter, my daughter. So from there, I was a little bit encouraged. I took another one, again 3. I cleared out those ones again. I started moving forward like that.
So you didn't do the 4?
Yeah, initially the part 1, I didn't write the 4 papers. I wrote 3 papers initially. And the one that was left, I carried it forward.
Oh, you carried it forward.
Yes.
So, okay, all right. That's interesting. You carried it forward when you go. But the question I asked you, and I still want my answer, I don't forget easily, unfortunately, is how you paid for the course.
Oh, I was attending classes on credit.
You're attending classes on credit? Really?
Yes.
No, tell me about that.
You know, there was this gentleman, Mr. Daniel Gasso. He was having his own private class, private lecture with another man. This was like a partnership class that they were having with another Mr. Anak Akantum. So they were having this private class. The students were not many. We were about 3 or 4. So those times we were paying 60 Ghana, that's 600,000. Yeah. So he used to teach me accounting.
60 Ghana what?
Like 600,000
per
person.
Okay,
per paper.
Per paper.
Okay. Yeah. So he was teaching me accounting, and the other man, Mr. Akantum, was taking me for business law and management. Yeah. So I normally I'll come for class, and when I realize that they are coming for the fees, and I'll run away. I have to avoid any kind of embarrassment.
I see.
The man that I'm talking to you about, Mr. Daniel Gasso, he doesn't joke with his money anyway. So if he comes to the class, the first thing he asks is the money. Okay. Have you paid your fees? Have you done that? So if anytime he's coming to, he speaks on this like loud. So I will hear him from
a
far,
distance.
From a distance.
Right.
So the moment I realize that maybe he's coming, I say, okay, I'll tell one of my friends, if I'm leaving, I won't even say this and this and that. So please, if you're coming home, just bring my bag because the man is coming. Right. So yeah, he's come to arrest him, so I have to go. So I'll leave the class. Then my friends later on will bring my bags to the school. I
see. Yeah. But he allowed you to write the exam.
Yeah.
Did you pay before the paper?
No. I was attending it bit by bit. When getting to 2 months or 1 month to the exam, then I'll stop. And then I have to do everything on my own.
On your own?
Yeah, learn on my own and do the rest.
Have you paid him since? Or you still owe him?
I've paid parts of the money, but I still owe him. But I believe by now he would have written it off as bad debt.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Now you're applying your accounting principles. Because when you do all of those things and prepare your statement of accounts and all of that and audited account, blah, 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 at some point, some money becomes bad debt because you've moved on. So now you're applying those principles. Okay, and at least I also have some basic accounting that I can talk about. At least I can draw the CRDR table.
Okay, you mean the ledgers, right?
The ledgers, and throw in a few things here and there. Jemima has a President Award, special presidential award. She'll tell us about it and how the recognition came. But of course, there's a message here I have from Mimi. She says, very good interview. She's really exciting. Tell her we are proud of her. Jemima Enyo Kugblenu is my guest, 21-year-old chartered accountant. She's also in the final year to doing a lot. I have your CV here right in front of me. And we're talking about, she's about to charter taxation as well. Quite interesting. More messages coming in. We'll begin to take those messages. We want to talk about the presidential award or recognition that you have. But let me take the messages I can take because I know there's a difficulty with it getting to the end of the show. Befi Old Chemukan. Okay, it means old student of Chemu Secondary School. He says, you have made Chemukans proud and I am so happy. That is from Befi. Yeah, of course, when someone from your school does it, I'm a mater. You should be proud. Hi, Jemima. After every difficulty comes success. Keep it up. No name to that though. But that's a very philosophical saying. Edward Okwe says, Jimmy, okay, congrats. I wish you well. I can see people are touched by your story. Tobacco from Hohoi, it says, Ni, well done. Okay, thank you. I haven't become a chartered accountant. I love your top. Oh, I see. Can you direct me to your designer? I think that if I am to mention my designer's name on this site, I'll be asked to pay some fees. So we'll talk about it. Maybe I'll post it on Facebook for you. So we'll talk about it some way. But I believe there are more messages here. Okay, all right. More will come in. You can still say. So this one says, what next, Jemima? Okay, you've taken away one of my questions, basically. But so I'll ask it all the same. What next for you?
Well, thank you. I'm still a student of Institute of Professional Studies, IPS, currently at level 400.
Right.
And I'll be finishing last August, latest by August. Yeah, I'll be glad if I'm being employed.
That's so you're pursuing a BSc accounting there?
Yeah, BSc, Bachelor of Science Accounting.
Accounting. Okay, you hope to complete that in
August.
In August of this year.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So after my first degree, probably I'll start with my master's alongside with any other thing, maybe with job or any other thing that I'll be doing alongside with my master's.
So what masters do you have in mind?
Well, I wanted to pursue oil and gas, accounting, or finance.
Okay. So that's what you still have in mind?
Yes.
Do you want to do a PhD?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
In what?
Accounting.
In accounting?
Yes.
And do you have an age by which you want to have done that?
Yes.
What's the age?
Latest by 30 years.
Latest by 30 years. You want to have a doctorate degree.
And I wish I would have gotten that doctorate degree before that 30 years.
It is possible. It can be done. All the best. Kenny Chikata, Keta, Water Region. Wow. What a story. We are proud of you, Jemima. Keep it up. I want to see you go up for your doctorate. Okay, that's what you have just addressed. He thinks that you should go all the way and get your doctorate degree. Kwesi Frimpong in Kumasi says, this is a great feat achieved. Congratulations from Kwesi. Eric says, hey, the sky is the limit. Okay, Eric, you now realize that. All right, thanks to Jemima, we all realize that there's more in us than we are able. We ordinarily think that we should. In between the breaks, I was told that you still do the crying, but you didn't want to tell me. But never mind. You have marriage on your mind?
Not yet.
Why? Why not? You are too young.
Yes.
At 21, you are too young to get married.
Yes.
I see. So is there somebody lurking around, the territory, so to speak?
No, please. Not yet.
Not yet. I hear there's one Alasan who's looking for you in town. What have you done to Alasan?
Too bad.
Too bad for who? Me or for Alasan?
For me.
Why?
No, when I was in part 3,
yes,
I was about to write my financial management strategy. As usual, my financial constraint was still there, so I couldn't get money to buy books initially. So I made a photocopy of a friend's book. She happened to she bought the Alasan book, the original one, and I made a photocopy of it. Unluckily for me, I was going through the book, some example. I didn't attend a class very early, so due to my financial constraint again, I happened to be his cashier. Okay, because that was a condition. If you don't want to, if you cannot pay the fees, then you take the money from me. Then you be my cashier. You take the money from the students. On behalf of. So that's what happened. So I made photocopy of the book, and unluckily I decided to take the book to his place so he can be able to explain something.
I see.
To me, and I went there, and fortunately and unfortunately, I was trying to show him where my problem was. I said, this book looks like mine. What happened? Let me turn. So he turned the back of the book, and he realized that I've made a copy of the book, and it was very bad. He scared me in a way that he was about to arrest me.
I see.
So he picked his phone.
For violating copyright laws.
Yes, about to call. I don't know whether it's a policeman or a security man to come and arrest me, and I started crying again. So I have to cry, and He decided to allow me to go. So he told me not to do that again.
Okay.
So I took the book and I left.
I see. So he didn't ask you to pay anything?
No.
I see. So now you are at peace with Alhassan?
Yes.
Tell me about the President's Special Award.
Oh, it's an award given to the young people, especially those who are very young and they've made it in life. It's an award that's been given from the president, ICA president, to the young people. And I happen to be one of them to take the President's Special Award as the youngest chartered accountant. Oh,
I see. And so that's the award that you got because of your age. And so it's the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountancy.
Yes.
Okay. Who gave you that award? And where is it? Have you displayed it proudly somewhere, or it's hiding in your wardrobe?
Actually, it's hiding.
It's hiding.
Yes.
Bring it out. Bring it out. Make a statement. When you do that, remember me as the source of that advice.
Okay.
State it. Put it out there. Sola Adioti, she's a great pride to Ghana and her family. Congratulations. That's greetings from Akure, Ondo State of Nigeria. Alrighty. Yeah, we know that you watch us in Nigeria and also live around the world, where we got this message from Finland. Reverend Father Joseph Asante, I am impressed with Jemima's efforts, which have been blessed by God. Many good things will follow her. Good luck. That is a blessing.
Amen.
That's a blessing from the Reverend Father. So that's in a special category for you, and I'm happy you said amen to that. Frank asks, how do you learn? Please show me.
Thank you. I don't sleep at all.
You don't sleep?
Yes.
I see.
I'm fan of going to the library in the mornings, and I'll go in the morning, maybe from 8 to 5. And I'll come and sleep for 2 hours, and I'll go back to campus and mind. Maybe learn throughout the night and come 4 o'clock and come and sleep. They wake up at 7:30, then you bath, then I'll go back to the library.
I see.
So that was a routine thing that I was doing every day for the professional program, because I was told it was a difficult paper. It's a paper that needs a lot of determination and hard work. So that's what I was doing. Yeah.
No social life?
No.
Really? Even now?
No.
You don't do anything to relax?
I'm used to it anyway, so I don't have any social life.
You don't? Wow, I see. So you don't have a hobby or anything like that? All work and no play makes Jemima a dull girl. It doesn't apply to you.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't do anything. You don't read, you don't play sports, you don't watch sports, you don't have gossip under the tree, concern, everybody and what they enjoy doing.
I like watching movies.
I like watching movies.
So like foreign movies.
I see.
Yeah, I sometimes enjoy watching it when I'm tensed up or maybe I'm tired, just to release myself from tension.
Read this one yourself. Read it to the hearing of our viewers. It's from...
I would like to mention a name. I would like to marry her.
That's from someone who calls himself Nketia. Nketia says he'd like to marry you. Nketia, I can't broker the deal. I mean, this one is up to you to find your own water level, So find a way. Della says, Jemima, you are my mentor. Maxwell in Gulf City, Ni. Is she a shy type? She is beautiful. Is she hooked? Well, you heard her. She says that at this stage, nobody around. Hey, Max. Anyway, we have to be right out of the studio. Somehow, as you know, a conversation like this can go on forever. Yeah. But it's always within limits. You've done a great thing for yourself, despite the odds. You've taught all of us lessons. We may be older than you are. There are younger people out there who will learn from you. There are those who keep making excuses all over the place. It cannot be done because of our circumstances and all. But I think that you are a testament of the fact that irrespective of the things that you face and you see that come around in you, you can still be with the best and among the best. BSc accounting soon to come. Chartered tax soon to come. Chartered accountancy already under the belt at age 21. Congratulations to you, Jemima. You are a real success story by dint of your own hard work and by God's grace. And you deserve to walk with your chin up. And you deserve to also wear it on your sleeve, as they say in Britain. Don't hide your excellence. Take it from me. In this society, if you show brilliance, you'll say, oh, you're too known, but let it be. That's the only way you can rise. Congrats to you. I'm really impressed.
Thank you.
And I wish you the very best in all that you do. And of course, as William Shakespeare wrote, be not afraid of greatness. Some men are born great. Others achieve greatness. And others have greatness thrust upon them. The last category, they have no choice in the matter. That's Jemima. It's just on her.